And here we are.
Hey people that are early, hey people of YouTube.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to a bit of a different stream, because we couldn't make up our mind how this module is gonna go. So today is Spawner Minecarts, and frankly speaking, there's a lot to be discussed about this module, because we're not sure how to do it yet.
We were like, yeah, let's do Spawner Minecarts, we have so many ideas. And then we were like, we have too many ideas, and we don't know what's right anymore. So the basis that we're kind of going with here is we want to keep the original mechanic. Oh, the whitelist is off now, so you can join on stream.gm4.co, by the way.
We've made some renovations to our fun room.
Yes.
Yeah.
To promote my new game that's coming out, Eeny Meeny Halloweeny. I mean for Halloween.
Miss Ode, you might want to put yourself into creative before you get attacked. I'll just leave it there.
Okay, anyway, so I hope we keep all the bugs. So we want to keep the method of putting spawners into minecarts. But we're a little bit stuck as to everything else.
So here's what our initial plan was before this week happened. So we spoke about Spawner Minecarts a bit about a month ago, and we decided that players should still be able to pick up spawners, but not be able to place them down, and then there should be passive regeneration and active regeneration, and Spawner Minecarts wouldn't spawn for free anymore. Instead, you would have to charge them, either using passive, which is really slow but doesn't consume anything, or active, which consumes stuff. It's still slow but faster than nothing. And then they would spawn for a set amount. The intent of that was to force players to move their minecarts around. You can't spawn whilst you're recharging, and you can't recharge whilst you're spawning. But then today happened, and now we're unsure about what Spawner Minecarts is even for.
Yeah.
So, the thought for today, we are gonna invite people and allow them to talk in chat here, if they want to. You will appear on stream, of course, to share their opinions and share their ideas, because we're not really sure what to do.
Hey Javi, I remember you, yes. From last time. Oh yeah, so we've had a lot of discussion about this, which is why we actually started late today. We had this idea. We keep them in the minecarts, and we make it so that eventually they stop spawning things, and you have to move them to a recharge station, just as a way of sort of making it so that they can't constantly spawn. You have to, like, you know, keep them on a rail system and have a build like a redstone system that moves them back out of the spawning chamber into a space where they can be recharged, but there's no spawning space for them. And we were talking about, like, what should we charge them. So we were thinking, yeah, no hyper spawners, sorry. We were thinking about
those gone.
We were thinking about making it so that I've forgotten what I was going to say. We wanted them to have a passive respawning count, which works when they're unloaded, and we know how to do that, so that even if the chunks are unloaded, we can make the spawners, like, recharge. And then we were thinking about, like, having them, like, consume life to recharge. So we had this idea of putting them in a pumpkin patch, and they slowly turn pumpkins into carved pumpkins or jack-o'-lanterns.
Or jack-o'-lanterns.
Which could be partially automated, because you can, like, push the pumpkins away with a piston, and then when they regrow, that would cause them to be recarved and continue to fuel the minecart. We also talked about having a system where you surround it by living things, and it just kind of turns grass into dirt, and it kills mobs within a small radius, and any action it does like that will up its spawn count again, so that it can be then taken back out of the spawning space and
by spawn count,
refilled.
sparks means like a score that allows the spawner to spawn, and
yeah, the fuel for the spawn, if you will.
Fuel, basically.
And that we were almost kind of happy with that, and then we ran into this problem of, if the idea is that these spawners require life to produce life, why do normal spawners not need that? And now we're confused and upset and just want to go and curl up in a ball somewhere.
Yeah.
The other option would be to make them spawn without, like, you guys can see where we're coming from, right? I know that the gut instinct to go for is, oh, we would just want hyper spawners, we want things to spawn as quickly as possible. But the problem we see as like server owners with that kind of mechanic is that people reach the end game too fast and then they're bored. Like, it's fun to make a hyper spawner, but firstly, hyper spawners are actually quite easy to make. So there's not much effort involved. And secondly, you have fun making it, but then people get bored and you don't want to play anymore. So we kind of want to add limitations because of this.
Yeah, we want to debuff these spawners, but we don't want to make them weak. They should be strong and powerful if you put in a lot of effort to automate them, which the fuel system would tackle, because then you would have to set up your redstone and automation to recharge the spawner and then move it back into the spawning place. But then we ran into the thing, why don't normal spawners require fuel then?
I don't know if anyone has any thoughts or suggestions of how these could be changed, because we're kind of a little bit flummoxed. What if spawners have essence?
That's basically what the fuel would be.
Spawners nerf other spawners nearby. This is another suggestion I had, which is that if spawner minecarts are too close to other spawner minecarts, they disable each other. But we're trying to work out, would that break the point of having spawner minecarts? Like, how much is enough? Should we make it so that, like, obviously the point of moving spawners is that you can move them to your base and you can have them conveniently nearby for spawning, and you can put several together if you can find them in the world to make a big spawn array.
The thing that I would really like to keep is the minecart aspect of it. Like, we're talking about not allowing placing these spawners down again. The thing is, with this minecart, in my opinion at least, it feels like something original, and it feels more Minecrafty in my opinion, because these spawners that appear in the world, they are basically bound to the world. Players can't control them, but the player has to put them into a minecart to be able to control them. And that's why I am against allowing players to place them down again, because on the other hand, we can just do way more with an entity like this. Blocks are not really controllable.
I can see what Crop is saying about essence. Like, I think what you're saying is that a spawner is like bound to the world, and it gets all of its, like, it has a really fast passive recharge speed, which just lets it continue to output life. But by putting it in a minecart, it's like breaking it free from the world, and it then has a very slow passive recharge because it's kind of not connected to the world in the same way anymore. So it weakens its hold on the life generating force, whatever that might be. You can feed it life to speed it up. Maybe it even kind of like craves life because it's not getting as much as it should. That would kind of make sense. I don't know if that's what Crop meant, but that sounds kind of interesting to me. I like the fact they're in minecarts because you have to make the effort of laying down the rail to get it somewhere. Part of the fun of that is that you also have to deal with mobs spawning out of it as you do this. Although if we give these a cooldown, then transporting them will actually be easier.
It would be cool to make it so that moving these is an essential thing to make the spawners spawn in an efficient manner. As in, it won't work very well for you if you just have this minecart sitting in a dark room. You need to move it for some reason. That would be kind of cool. I came up with the kind of joke idea that we could correlate the spawning speed to the speed of the minecart. But that will get ridiculous.
Blue also had a suggestion that we make chunks have a certain amount of life essence that can be turned into spawners, and once the chunk is exhausted, the spawner stops, and then moving it to a new chunk would fix this. I suppose chunks could become unexhausted after a period of time.
Similar to how Thaumcraft uses its aura system.
However, if we wanted to do that, we need to do it in a really, really weird way, or we need to be really smart about it, because we can't have a marker entity for each chunk.
No. World spawns entities anyway, so spawners suck that energy and concentrate it in one area, but putting it in a minecart shields it from the spawning essence. Yeah, this is kind of what I was interpreting from what you were saying, which kind of makes sense to me, I guess. In which case, do people think that it's fair that you have to feed it stuff to charge it? I think if we're giving it living things, like plants grown around it, which can be automated with bone meal, which I guess a skeleton farm could do, or giving it mobs to kill. Like, placing plants can be automated with bone meal and dispensers. Although if grass is also being killed, then that would stop working. And I suppose if you're farming bones, it would be kind of odd if you produced enough bones to just self-power it. There's still downtime where you have to move it away from the spawn room into the space where it's recharging.
This entire essence thingy makes me think about the chunks having a certain amount of essence again, because let's say those natural spawners, they're in a spot where there's a lot of essence and they draw that from the world, and once you take them out of there into your minecart spawner, your spawner loses that essence. In that context, it would make sense to give chunks essence and that you have to move the minecart into different chunks. But it will be hard to code that using commands without having an ampersand for each chunk.
Yeah,
or
some really complex math.
Yeah. Because you have to store like a state for each chunk as well. It's a changing value instead of just...
There is a thing we talked about a while ago that I'm not sure if it's still like holding with the for using experience to recharge it as an interaction with liquid tanks, on how either you should have to feed like all or some of your experience that you would get from the spawner back into it, but like somewhat at a loss. Maybe.
Do you guys generally use... I'm guessing most people use spawners for items or XP depending on the mob. Like, I don't think anybody farms zombie spawners for flesh. And I think people mostly use blaze spawners both for the fuel and the XP, because blaze spawners drop more XP.
Yeah. So, I guess most of the time you'd get a spawner for the items they drop.
If anybody's on the Discord and would like to be pulled in to say something, we can briefly host people in the Discord chat if you would like, if you hate typing and you have something wrong to say. Because I think it'd be an interesting discussion. I like the idea of passive fueling, because the spawners can be like unloaded. Like, my plan is to have a global scoreboard which just counts up once a second all the time. And then we have a scoreboard on each entity that matches that score. And if the entity becomes unloaded, then the score will stop going up. So we can make a minecart spawner compare... If its score is less than the global counter, it knows that it was unloaded. And then you can take one number away from the other to get the difference, and that's how much charge it should have made in that time. So once it becomes reloaded, it can actually like make up for the lost time and like instantly charge to whatever level it should have been at had it been loaded the whole time, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
We can't do active...
that way you don't have... Sorry, go ahead.
We can't do active reloading, like obviously we can't consume life things around it when it's unloaded, because that would involve it being loaded, because it has to interact with blocks and stuff. But at least you've got the passive loading, so you don't have to always be around it to make it recharge.
Another idea that we had there was we could use activator rails to either turn the spawner minecart into active spawning mode, so put it onto an active activated rail to make it spawn stuff, and that disables the recharging, or the other way around, where if you put it on an active activated rail, it enables recharging but disables spawning.
See, the one thing I can see with that though is that then the danger, quote unquote danger of transporting a what do you call it? Transporting a monster spawner is kind of lessened because it can't spawn unless it's on the rail.
Well, this is going to be a problem anyway because
Yeah,
it's
so
going
that
to
way
run
it's-
out of entities to spawn.
Okay, yeah.
I suppose we could
Move it once it's out of fuel.
we could make it so that when it's first turned into a minecart, it has a really high score. So there's actually quite a long time before it runs out of mobs.
How about instead of it stopping to spawn stuff, it goes crazy? So instead of letting it run out of stuff to spawn and then it just turns into a non-dangerous spawner that spawns nothing, it starts spawning wither around it, not the wither mob, but wither effect around it, and it starts to kill stuff around it if it runs out of essence, basically.
It
It
sort of
starts
becomes a
like-
life sucker.
So everything that it creates, it takes back in, and then a preservation effort.
Yeah.
This would happen when it runs out of essence.
So if it runs out of essence and it can't spawn any mobs anymore, then it starts to affect things around it with wither. We could play a wither potion effect particle around it and it starts killing stuff.
So even though it's not spawning dangerous mobs anymore, it would be dangerous to be close to. So there's still a certain effort required to actually move it to where you want to get it.
We could also make it spawn certain mobs that don't drop XP or items. We can't do that, I think, right? Especially.
Yeah. There's a way to prevent a
and-
mob from dropping experience.
Right now, many modules use waxes as kind of possessed items or stuff. So we could make it spawn. We could make it wither things around it and spawn waxes, therefore making it dangerous once it runs out of stuff.
Crop up the way to stop. We've talked about this on the command Reddit Discord a little while ago. If you set their hurt timestamp, I think I have to check at the conversation, but there's an NBT tag that basically, you set it to -81. I don't remember what the NBT tag is. I think it's hurt by timestamp, but it's how long ago or death time. Okay, so it's death time, which whenever a player hits an entity, it gets recorded that a player recently harmed that entity, and every 100 ticks that resets. So basically, if that's how the server knows for the entity to drop experience, if you've hit the XP with the entity within 100 ticks of it dying, that's when it drops experience. By setting the death time to -81, it means that the XP wouldn't spawn. The XP doesn't spawn until death time reaches 20, because usually it's stuck at 0, and it counts up as soon as it's dead. But by setting it to -81, it goes through the whole animation and drops its items, but it takes 101 ticks before the XP would spawn, which means that the hurt by timestamp record is cleared, and it doesn't think it was hurt by anything in the last 100 ticks. Hence the 81. It's a crazy method, but it works.
Yeah, so what do we think about the thing I mentioned a couple of minutes ago that I forgot about?
I can't remember where you were going either. I got derailed. No pun intended.
About having some of them spawn with experience and some of them not. Like some with only items and some with only
about the
experience.
thing, once it runs out of things to spawn, then it goes crazy and starts killing stuff around it and spawns bad things.
Yeah. Could be interesting.
If we don't do that, then letting your spawner run out of stuff makes it a harmless thing, and we don't want that, do we? Because then you can just let it run out of essence before you move it and make it basically harmless.
Yeah. No, I think the Wither aura is a cool idea.
Maybe it could also keep summoning mobs that just don't drop anything.
Yeah, that's why I was saying with the Waxes special. Make it some Waxes, because a lot of modules use those as weird magic things.
I mean, it could just also summon, like, you know, if it's a zombie spawner, it summons zombies that don't do anything. They just are annoying. Although I suppose that could lead to, like, server issues.
The problem I see with if it's a zombie spawner, it's some zombies that don't do anything, and if it's a place spawner, it's some places that don't do anything, is it ran out of stuff to spawn, so it kind of feel like it's trying to self-preserve itself and tries to suck life from the world, so if it can still summon stuff, that's kind of weird. So I feel like it should summon one
Like
thing that kind of feels like decay.
Yeah, like a like it's a living thing.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
why I
even
was saying Waxes, because they are like, even though they are like tiny things floating around with faces and so on, we use them a lot of as like cursed souls or something.
yeah.
Oh, by the way, for the guys that are on the server, I placed down a chest here next to the witch cauldron, and you can try to figure out the flower recipe for this world.
Oh yeah, I don't think Blue's mentioned this in stream about the Tower Cauldrons yet. Huge quality of life thing, by the way. If you're looking at a Tower Cauldron and you throw something in it, the items are not picked up.
Don't stand on top of it, just stand beside it and look at the cauldron. And you can't pick up the items anymore until you look
and then
away.
the moment you look away, then you can pick them up.
Yeah, so this is off topic, but let me go over the flower thing real quick. So I updated Tower Cauldrons. You can get it on the GitHub. And I updated the luck mechanics. So you have to get luck to have your crystals be active, those potion crystals. And it was really annoying previously, so I changed it. Now the luck stays until you die. So you won't lose it if you're a good player. But the crafting is different as well. So it doesn't depend on it doesn't depend on putting in as many flowers as possible and then hoping to get the luck effect. Instead, on module installation, the module chooses random flowers. And you've got to figure out which flowers aren't cursed, and you got to input all the non-cursed flowers into Cauldron, and then input grass and an enchanted prism enchant. And if you input the valid recipe, aka all non-cursed flowers, you will get a luck effect. And those flowers, they will be chosen on module installation depending on the seed, randomly. So on multiplayer servers, people will have to figure out the recipe and then they can share it. Or if you and someone else are playing on the same world, the recipe will be the same. So every time you start a new world, you will have to put in some research.
I think that's really cool that you can go to the wiki for hints on how to find what the recipe is, but you can't just get the recipe instantly. There's a little bit of learning involved every time, which I think is kind of nice.
Yeah, let's get back on the topic.
Yeah, Misa says, where did the idea come from that spawners stopped spawning mobs? I thought you were here right from the start. I guess you missed that. We were saying that spawners get their essence constantly from the world because they're part of the world, but when you put them in a minecart, you're like effectively untethering them and they're no longer like attached to the world, so they no longer have that access to life force, so they run out. They get a small amount, but it's sort of stunted. So they have a passive recharge in the same way that these guys just constantly recharge, with air quotes, but it's slower, so they run out if they're constantly trying to spawn things. That was kind of our thinking, basically. Say a player wants to bring just one spawn to their base, why should they be punished? What do you mean by
be punished?
Punished? It's not. Is this why you're suggesting that spawners in a range, like too many spawners nearby, you should have a problem.
The wets, they only appear if you let the spawner run out of essence, so if you kind of overuse it, basically.
I mean, I don't understand why you think it's a punishment. They're not creating an OP spawn room. Yeah, but you've got the convenience of having the spawner right by you, right? So you're still trading that out. Manual moderator?
Oh
Hush.
yeah, I thought I would rename it.
Spoopy. Yeah, so if your spawner stops spawning mobs, that's punishment though. Yeah, but you have chosen to move it from it. Instead of going to it, you're bringing it to you. And you can recharge it by just sticking it around plants or mobs in order to get it. Or just turn it off for a while and wait. Even if you, like, you can bring this to your base, right? You can set up a spawn room in a nice convenient location. You can let it spawn mobs. Eventually it'll run out of mobs. You go away, you do other things. And in the meantime, even if it's unloaded, it will very slowly be recharging. And then you come back and you decide to farm it some more. And it'll have more charge in it. What this basically stops is AFK spawning. Like people just sitting and like AFK grinding at the mobs kind of thing.
Unless they feed it some active
You can
fuel.
feed it something so that you can have it going more efficiently, so that it's like it'll take a quick break, move to its recharge station, it'll really quickly like consume items around it, build its charge up faster, then you can move it back and you'll only have like a short time where it isn't actually acting on anything and spawning. But if you want to use it as a normal player without like trying to super farm, then you can just go off, do something else for a bit, come back.
And even if the spawner isn't loaded, it will still recharge passively.
Yeah. Hey, Stringer. Foxy Boxes is taking a break at the moment. I'm too busy with updating Gamemode 4 to 1.13, and also my job is also now Minecraft, so I'm kind of Minecrafted out at the moment.
Special, why did Mercury increase its angular momentum so much?
It's the end of the solar system as we know it.
Oh, all right.
So I don't know. Okay, so Mizad's happy with that. So it's like people can use it in a less strenuous way, and they're not really punished for it. It's only if you want to super farm it, you can increase the efficiency, but you have to put the work in. Putting it that way, like phrasing it that way to myself, actually makes me happier with it as well. Shall we make a start? We can at least get it put into a, like getting it moved into a spawner.
Yeah, I guess we should start.
It's okay. I'm stranger. I'm sorry I haven't been working on it. Trying to prioritize things. Yeah. So let's go. Spawner Minecarts. Where are we? There we go. Could probably remove some of these data packs at some point.
Oh yeah, at some point that would make it easier.
Spawner Minecarts. Have you done all function renaming?
I have done most of the function renaming. We'll find out if I did it all quickly.
Okay.
Can you open the Stuffsworks?
Yeah, I'm opening it now. Here's main.
Thank you.
Do we need any others right now?
We'll find out.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll find out.
So
That's a problem for future us to worry about.
we don't need to give
Quoting,
this. We don't need to give these the
Update on Mercury. Mercury's burning up now.
I like how the smoke particles are appearing slightly ahead of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix that.
2 minutes of poison. Okay, so first things, what the heck is going on with the color formatting? Oh, that's not how you do comments in this. Okay, gotcha. So first thing we need to do is check for minecarts under spawners. So I guess we just do There's no efficiency, there's no tagging because it's literally just minecarts, right?
Yeah,
Just-
just empty minecarts.
Just normal empty ones, yeah.
Type equals minecart. Oh, it's execute as. I've spent all day working on Bedrock, which is still the old system. Execute at. Type it's minecart as at s.
Don't need this.
Okay. If block.
What's it called? It used to be called Mob Spawner.
I think it's.
I believe it's just spawner. Just spawner.
I would
Yep.
type. It's mob. Yeah, it's just Minecraft colon spawner or spawner, I guess. If block equals spawner, then I guess we run a function to. What's the word for getting into a minecart? I want to say bottleable.
Mounting.
Mounting.
Bottleable.
Bottleable.
Loaded. I guess you're loading it in.
Loading.
Loading.
Yeah.
But then load also
Although
has
we can't
like
call the
technical.
Yeah.
We can't call the function loading, but
Now the universe has like a constant gravity force that acts downwards.
yes.
Alright,
At some point, I want to do that double orbit that you suggested earlier, but I'll do that later.
Okay. Function. Minecarts.
Haha.
Um,
It's like the Aristocats, but the Minecraft.
Naturellement. So load
what
is
does
the
that
correct
say?
word, but it sounds wrong because code also has load.
Spawner minecart said minecart load, spawner load, spawner attach, spawner inject, spawner insert, spawner smash, spawner squish.
Load minecart.
Nah, that
Spawner.
sounds too technical.
Spawner
does-
press.
Chat say. Chat said entering, carrying, boarding, mounting.
Enter minecart.
We're putting the spawner into the minecart. When I see this, it kind of reminds me of like a hydraulic press. So like spawner press.
I want to use the German Würg. I guess that's force. Force it in. Stuff minecart. Untether spawner. I can't believe how much we struggle to find good function names.
That's the hardest part about data packs, I swear.
Enter minecart. I'm just going to go with enter minecart unless someone has a desperate objection to that.
Spawnify minecart?
No!
Spotify.
Okay, I've created the function file. It's too late.
Engage minecart.
At s equals
Expands.
minecart. Carts. You'll see me type Minecraft every time I try and type minecart, by the way. At s equals minecarts under. Do you mind? Get your
Sorry.
own cursor. Minecarts under spawners.
I can't add a new line without moving you down one.
Well, just undock yourself. Okay. Yes. So this is simple. We then check to see. Oh yeah, we actually have to do several block checks, don't we? Not just the minecart. Should we do several if blocks under this, or is it better to do the if blocks under the function? It will stop at
shouldn't
the
really
first
matter.
if block that doesn't matter, right? So
Yeah, so
we do more if blocks. If block plus 2 equals equals piston
Piston.
with the correct damage, which I believe is going to be 0 or 1.
they got rid of that.
Oh, of
But-
course. Yeah, it's going to be facing
down.
down.
Pistone. It's the pistone.
We should probably also allow sticky pistons.
Should we?
Well, it doesn't make a difference for pushing blocks if it's sticky or non-sticky. But then we need 2 commands again that basically check the same thing.
Or tag.
Or tag.
That's not already a tag, is it?
I don't think it is, because the vanilla tags are horrible. Nope, it isn't. But I can create one.
You want to do that? Okay.
Yep, on it.
Ah.
We both typed it. And then if block above 3 equals. Piston specifically refers to the piston head, not the extension, right?
The whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole shebang.
Good. So we don't have to check the extended value as well. To make sure it's retracted.
Yeah, but
Because
it can't extend.
Correct.
As long as that didn't count. Yeah. Okay. We should.
Oh,
be
it's
good.
still like.
Yeah. That's piston head.
But this can't face down. Yeah, so it's fine.
Git, teletype, and FTP? I don't know what you're talking about, Misode.
We're not using Git.
Simple system we can use. This is what it takes to collaborate over data packs.
Oh, Element, sorry, I didn't see your message there. Putting work in is always appreciated with such modifications to the vanilla gameplay. There aren't that many minecarts in the world at a given time anyway, so this is a pretty good already. Engage! Thank you for that. Block redstone underscore block, which has got coloring issue. Misode, get on it. If block redstone underscore block. Function spawner minecarts enter minecart. Okay, so we want to tell what kind of spawners above it, right? First, before we destroy it.
Yeah, which spawners are there in the game? Because are villager zombie spawners still a thing? Because they were in some version, right?
No.
The different types of zombie spawner.
Oh. I don't think that there's a zombie villager spawner anymore.
I think it was just the display entity anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like it still spawned zombies and zombie villagers.
Yeah, because they used to be the same.
Whether it was a thing when they split the entities apart in some snapshot. At first, there were only zombie spawners, and then there were zombie spawners and zombie villager spawners. And I'm not sure whether that carried through to the game.
To the wiki.
16. Oh, required player range 16. I thought it was 17. I guess 17 is when it runs out. Spawn count 4.
Yeah.
Pig. I guess all we need to look at is the spawn data then.
Sparks, you and especially probably want to refresh your spawner underscore minecarts folder.
To get the new file.
Yeah, I got the tag ready.
Bada bing, bada boom.
I see it. Shall we call the tag pistons? I mean, there is a hashtag in front of it, but I don't know if it's probably okay.
Renaming it as a hassle and these things.
Okay,
so
we'll just leave it It's still got a hashtag in front of it, so people should be able to tell.
Yep.
Or I guess it's also Spawner Minecarts piston instead of just piston, so yeah, it's fine. So enter minecart. We are going to have a case for every, I guess, tag it. We don't need a score. I guess we do need a scoreboard.
We can read the MBT.
We can't read the MBT?
Oh, we can read the MBT because we don't need to tag the minecarts for which type they are. Because you can read the MBT to check which type they are.
I guess if we create the spawner minecart before destroying the spawner, yeah.
We don't have to worry about before or after anyways, because in functions can kind of mess with time.
So if block like this is Are we going with Minecraft colon spawner or just spawner?
Just spawner.
Spawn data.
So here's where it gets complicated. Spawners are all weird. So for spawners, there's spawn data, which contains just the entity data for the next spawn. And then there's spawn potentials. And I'm not sure which one vanilla spawners use.
So, spawn potentials is a list of more than one entity.
Yes.
And spawn data, I believe, is just what shows up in the block.
That is true. Spawn data gets... so what spawners basically do is they take one random mob from the list of spawn potentials and put it into spawn data.
Yeah.
And then they spawn it,
Oh.
resetting spawn
Gotcha.
data and taking a new mob into, from the random list into spawn data. That's how it
Alright.
works for custom spawners, but I'm not sure how vanilla spawners handle this.
I would expect the same way.
I hope so.
Let's go have a look.
Bye, Sparks.
Hi, Sparks.
I'm just gonna go find a spawner and have a look.
Where are we? So are we gonna test this with pig spawners then?
Oh, no, we should make it spoopy. Skeleton.
Yeah, we should make it a skeleton spawner. I just quickly set a spawner down so I could show how it was going to be loaded. Here, spawner, spawner, spawner. Here, frame rate, frame rate, frame rate, frame rate.
Portal closed.
Oh, yep, it did.
Hello?
You're
Hey,
still
Sparks.
here.
I don't think that my computer likes me loading chunks and streaming.
Nope, we can tell.
Nope. You want all robot force. I hope stream is still going.
Well, there's still people talking in chat. Hello.
Hey, Red Corner.
Oh boy.
I can do it for you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Kompetenter Keksi. Hey.
Deutschland ist legal.
Okay, so from my English perspective, does that say Germany is leg?
No, it says Germany is delicious. And I haven't tried.
Well, that's...
Oh, is
I
that how
haven't
you,
tried tasting countries yet.
is that how you spell lecker?
No, it isn't. It's like a dialect.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't tried tasted countries yet. Is it when you just have a giant, like, you know, there's this sweet that's basically paper that you can eat. Well, that's not actually paper, but edible paper.
Yeah,
so is
yeah, I've had
tasting
those.
Germany basically having a world map out of that stuff and eating it?
Okay.
That would be cool, actually. Oh.
I can't find a mob spawner, and my computer seems incapable of loading chunks while I'm streaming.
Crop Up says use the locate command, but I don't know if you can locate a dungeon.
Oh, can you actually? By the way, here's a thing we should try. Can you save the coords locate gives you in execute store?
I don't know. Let's find out.
The problem is it probably gives you... oh, but yeah, it might return an array. That would be kind of cool. Because we wanted to make like changes to villages, didn't we? But we couldn't. Because it was hard to detect what a village was.
Yep.
But if we could summon an entity at a village center, we could work off that.
By the way, Sparks, I'm pretty sure your computer doesn't like streaming and loading new world.
No, I'm going to have to give up looking for a spawner because I can't load chunks.
Welcome to 113.
Tell me about it.
Oh, it's horrible. We don't talk about 113.
Okay. Well, I don't know is the answer.
let's work with pig spawners for now then, and hope they work, and we can change the data later.
Yeah.
It would be a pretty easy fix.
Okay, that's true.
So, how many different types of spawners do we want to support? Do we want to build in stuff for soul probes into this, or just the default
Can we make
spawners?
Can we make soul probes edit this when you download it?
I guess we'd have to make...
Could we have like a separate version of this on our website? And if you download soul probes, it automatically prompts you that there's an update for Spawner Minecarts available.
Or include like some new stuff, like tags system?
Yeah.
We could call...
Can we worry about this later and get a basic
Well,
vanilla version for the stream?
so
Well,
do
you
we
brought
want
it up?
Special lit.
I guess so. Let's just support the
feel
default spawners for now.
I feel like it would be fairly simple to just make the I don't have a portal right now. Make the enter minecart function. There'd be a function tag for that, like supported spawners, hashtag supported spawners. So instead of main calling enter minecart, main calls supported spawners tag. So that runs the enter minecart of the default spawners, but then also any lists of spawners added by other modules. So like Orbis could add its spawners if we wanted to.
Yeah, that could work, and it's pretty easy to set up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically like Custom Crafters works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sparks, you need to open a new portal for us
Why?
because it closed.
You still... says you're still connected, but okay.
Huh.
I have
It
now
kicked us out a
restarted the
while
portal.
ago.
I will resend you the link.
Maybe it's the same link. I will try.
It's not. It's changed.
Oh, damn it.
Anyway, so I guess if the block above has that spawn data, we don't have test for block anymore, do we?
Just if block.
Yeah, well, you don't need it.
Not letting me join your portal.
Nope, me neither. Special, can you open one and we try to back to yours?
I
Oh, that's bad
Not-
though, because then Sparks doesn't have the best view.
yeah. I don't know if it's my end or not though.
I can
I can't show
restart
either.
Atom. Shouldn't take long.
It just says it keeps timing out.
That's weird. I'll restart Atom quickly.
Yeah, YouTube chat noticed as well that your game doesn't like generating and
Do you go to
Hello,
Hello, automatic snowball.
Do you go to uni with that comp guy or something?
who is it? Me?
Yeah, the German guy in the chat.
I don't know him. But he might be going to uni with me. I don't know. Could be.
The
by
odds are
coincidence. The odds are, yeah, less than stellar.
Here's the link again. See if you can join.
Third time's the charm, right?
I see
There
Blue's
we go.
joined.
Aha! It worked.
Good.
All right.
thank you.
So let's get back on stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to detect this. Can we detect the piston being powered by now? Because we can't do that with droppers, right?
I don't think it's a state. No,
It is for droppers.
but it's not because that's what determines if it locks or not. For pistons, it has to be both powered and get an update to extend.
That's unfortunate. I've always disliked the method of having to place the redstone. Where could redstone dust be? Here, 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 here.
There's a lot of places to check, basically.
Yeah, let's not do redstone dust.
Do these just not show an entity inside, no matter what, or have I made a mistake? This was spawned with just spawn potentials though, so I think I need to give it extra data.
In that case, you need to give it. You need to give it one spawn thing.
We should.
first.
This is why we should switch to skeletons for now.
Is this spawner spawning it, or is it this minecart spawning it?
What? Oh, what? No, leave that. That's the spawner above, and then this is the summon command for the minecart with the spawner stuff.
No, yeah, it is the minecart summoning it. It does the fancy flamey particles.
Then we probably need to give it some spawn data.
Oh, that's my sword. Oops. You have my sword now,
Well,
Blue.
this minecart has exactly the same
There you
MBT
go.
as that pig spawner, and it's not showing an entity.
Maybe that's a thing that minecarts don't do?
I can't kill these pigs because it's going to kill Auto Moderator wherever he is.
You can just do name doesn't equal auto moderator.
Yeah, no, I'd rather you did it before I kill Auto Moderator.
Can we switch to skeletons here, please? Like special suggested.
Yes.
It's spooky.
Here we go. All skeletons now.
Spawn potentials. Why do I need to set spawn potentials to blank? This is what it will spawn.
I would just say trust method, because spawners are really weird, and the spawn data and spawn potential is weird. Where did the manual moderators go? Oh, big deal.
I ate them.
Are you trying
also,
to create like a supernova or something?
There's a supernova over here, just ignore it.
I wanted to...
We're trying to make it spawn skeletons.
If I copy this, I get nothing in the spawner.
What's this block say now? That's the data for the skeleton spawner that's now here.
Okay, but my spawner minecarts aren't... Oh, I see, you want me to copy that. I've reached the character limit.
In chat it is, right?
Yeah.
There we go, no skeletons. And the skeleton is trying hard to hit crop up.
Our backstage is covered in manual moderators.
Oh, I see. Well, this
Sorry
is
guys for the unconventional stream this week.
Yeah. This is a
trying
skeleton
to figure stuff
spawner.
out.
It's still not spawning. Oh, there's one.
It is spawning.
Okay. There's just no entity shown inside, I guess.
That's fine.
That's kind of annoying, actually.
Can we play a particle? Can we put an item on top of the spawner.
Not if we wanted to
Oh,
go
of course.
through portals.
But we data merge these spawners, right? So we could
What?
just make an item right to spawner.
You can't data merge it.
Oh,
Item.
then we just instead of data merging the minecart, we just kill it and some new one. Make an do an item on top.
If there's an item on top, then it can't go through portals, though.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
So if we are doing blaze spawners and we want people to be able to take them to the overworld, then we can't.
Or they would just lose the item.
Well, no, the item will just stop going through.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's. Oh, yeah, you're right, because this is never going to be a block again, is it? So.
Yep. Particles?
Yeah.
Or just no indicator
when
at
you
all,
look
because
at
Blaze
it,
will
it
figure
says
out what it spawns.
When you look at it, it says in the tooltip bar.
Name it?
Can we name them? Do they have a display name?
Yeah, you can. But I don't know whether it shows if you look at it. I don't think it doesn't show for normal minecarts, so it might not for these.
Do I? Oh god, do I need to give the values speech marks? Oh no, because custom name is a bloody JSON string now, isn't it? Does someone else want to try
Yeah,
this?
just do Sparks, just do this.
This one is now called Blarg. Can anyone see
but
it?
You can't see it.
It's also now stuck.
Can we kill these skeletons?
Wait, no, I got a better idea.
Alright. Oh, good boy. How bad would people think it is if you can't tell what it spawns by looking at it, but you have to keep track of it, and you will kind of figure it out by it spawning stuff?
I think it's a shame. How badly will people want to be able to get mob spawners to different dimensions? Because we could even like have an armor stand with a mini armor stand riding it with a mob skull to show the entity. That would probably look quite good because you can see it from a distance and it doesn't create particles, which would affect players who don't play with particles, because apparently there are people who play without particles all the time.
But you can force particles.
That's true.
Even if the particles are off, you can force it. Mistode says you can turn the custom name visible, and it forces it.
Oh, I thought you'd already tried that.
No, I just gave it a custom name, because usually when you look over the thing, it shows the name.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
Hello. Is that all? That's always visible.
It just always shows it now.
But we could make that though so that if a player is nearby, it shows it. It would be hard.
It's. Have you colored the name, or is that because it's inside a block? It's very.
It's inside a block.
Just inside a block.
Can we get it out? I just want to see how it looks through a wall. It's a bit annoying to have it constantly on your screen.
Yeah, we can.
We could do that whole. What do you call it? Like when you're looking at it, then it gets a custom name visible thing.
Yeah, that's
Then we
possible.
might as well just put it in the toolbar.
I think this is nicer than Toolbox works. Because like this, it's on the thing you're looking at and not...
I guess. It's a bit weird to have like the word skeleton floating over a spawner.
Yeah.
I'd almost rather it was like, it feels to me like if it's in the hotbar, it's more like your player's understanding or like intuition.
What if when you looked at the minecart, that's when we summoned a little floating head for a couple seconds that then disappeared?
Oh. Yeah, that could be a thing. We can give items no gravity, so we can just make it float there for a sec.
Or like put it
However-
on a vex that then explodes.
However, if the mic... Oh, so you mean like it floats away freely?
Well, not necessarily. Like you put. So when you look at it, it's a little vex, invisible vex with the, in this case, the skeleton head appears on top, and maybe spins around until it's its own death time.
The issue is
If the
special
minecart
if the minecart's moving.
It would leave a trail of
Yeah,
heads
when you
behind
look at
it.
it and it moves, it just kind of floats behind it. It like goes off behind it, but it'll come back the next time you look at it. Almost like it's an apparition, like a little ghost. Weird.
Can't we just do this custom name visible always?
It looks so bad.
It does. I don't like the name over the spawner personally.
Showing up through walls is like the most annoying thing for names.
Then let's ask stream about this. How bad
Yeah.
is it if you can't tell if a spawner can't tell what the spawner is until it spawns a thing?
Of all the ideas, I'm so far liking a
Keep in
particle
mind
best.
that you put the thing. Keep in mind that you put the spawner into the minecart, so you probably can keep them sorted. It's not like these are you stumble upon these in the world and you don't know what it is.
Do we want diagnostic information when you look at one of these anyway? Should you be able to look at it to tell how charged it is?
I don't think that's a player. That's a thing that a player could understand.
Okay. I would find it very annoying if I had name tags just floating in my base all the time.
During PS3, I absolutely despised I could see the teleporting pads from my base like 200 blocks away.
Whatever.
Action bar though. Yeah, action bar. I think I'd like.
How good boy is too slow.
Or just a particle for each mob type next to, so that if you're near one, it gives off a coloured particle indicating the mob type.
That would be really hard to make dynamic though. With the action bar, we could give each spawner the name, and then just have it inserted in chat or in action bar.
Yeah, that could, yeah.
What's the dynamic issue with particles?
You
You'd
would
have to hard
hard-code it.
For each type of thing, you'd have to have somewhere a function that says if this type of spawner make this type of particle. Whereas if it's in the name,
Right, it's the
Then
same
it's just-
function for every...
yeah.
How about if we just make it so that you can't tell it? Like, these spawners, you gotta create them yourself. Players have to create them. You don't stumble upon these in the world. And once you've created them, you should know what you put
Yeah.
inside.
If you have a lot, you
And
might
then
get
you
them
can-
confused, but I guess you can still find out.
You can still find out when they spawn stuff.
Yeah, yeah. We're not giving people creative Red Commander, that'd be insane. Sorry. You can, if you want to fly around, you can go over here and go into Firefly mode and spectate, like so. You can spectate to your heart's content.
Alright, so let's not worry about the name for now.
Alright. This is gonna be a several stream thing, I feel anyway. So
Yeah.
We've been going for an hour and almost
And
an hour
we've
and
gotten-
a half.
4 lines of code?
Yeah.
More like an hour. Sparks will pretty late.
What's all these commands here? Is this you just
Those
checking
were-
stuff?
Yeah, that was data just from blocks.
Okay, so if the block above it is a skeleton spawner, or it has the spawn data of skeleton, then we summon a spawner minecart with the spawn data for skeleton. Seems to work. and then we kill the minecart.
Competent at
Yeah.
cakes says, I'm a cakes. I like cakes. Cakes are delicious. Cookies
Great.
are definitely delicious.
Well, Spawner Minecarts seems to have successfully installed, so that's a good start. Do you mind if I kill this minecart?
Errors.
Look for errors.
Oh,
There are no
Before-
errors.
Before
No
we
errors.
kill it, we also need to destroy the spawner.
Before we kill
Oh,
what?
yeah. That's
Oh,
a good
my-
point. Oh, Blue, I have a problem. These wolves want to attack my decorative skeletons.
They're really confident that they are gonna make it at some point.
Okay. Reload. 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 Okay.
There we go.
So let's get a minecart and see how this works. Did we have an activator rail before, or was the activator
No, we
rail
didn't.
required? It was just okay. It's just there because I put it over it. Okay. So get a regular minecart, and you've done it before me.
Well, something's not.
Oh, this should work then, right?
Maybe.
We need to make sure that the player actually has to power the piston after the minecart is down there.
Why would it have to be after? Shouldn't have to be. Right?
I'm not sure. This feels weird being able to place the minecart later.
Well, then
Does
it pushes it
Doesn't
in.
bother me.
Already, if it doesn't bother you.
So why no go?
Fine, no go.
There's no errors. I'm guessing the block data. Something's wrong with the.
Or our execution points are weird.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't do as, by the way. I think main just does add and not as.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Didn't I put as and then you delete? I put at s and you deleted it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
we didn't need.
this is where we need both.
Okay.
At the point in time where we wrote this, we didn't need the add as.
Still not working.
The s at e.
I saved and reloaded it. It's not working though.
No errors. Oh wait, I timed out of the console. Let's debug this then.
Okay. It's finding the spawner. It's finding the piston and the spawner.
Can we just do a say in here?
It's not finding the redstone? Oh, did you just reload? Yeah, it's finding the redstone block, so the configuration is fine. Maybe the function's the problem.
Yeah, the function is not in fact running.
Yep.
But it is a
Spawner
valid
Minecarts
function. Like, it's listed as a function.
Looks to me like a typo somewhere. Spawner Minecarts enter
We don't have a client-server desync, do we?
No, I don't think so.
Enter minecart. What if we put run?
Oh, also, it should only kill itself if all of these things are successful.
Yeah, the function, I put a say in here and it's saved and reloaded and it's not doing anything.
There's also a say enter minecart.
It's not. The problem is our command. I replaced the function command with a say command.
Our main function isn't running. Main is not saying hi.
I bet we're missing a tag somewhere.
Yeah, I think one of our init or Gamemode 4 functions is missing something.
It must be pulse check.
Pulse check is fine.
Spawner Minecarts has been added to the thing.
Did someone figure out the flower recipe? Oh, you ran out of flowers. I can fix that.
I don't know why it's not running. It must be working because it's...
Go for it, Gravis.
It said Spawner Minecarts was installed.
Yeah.
Clock
I
tick
can
is
run
running.
the function main.
Spawner Minecarts has a clock tick score of 0.
I can run 2 commands from main, and there are 2 commands in main.
Why is main running? Is pulse check running?
You can check that pretty simply.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Is the file extension misspelled on anything?
No, because then the function wouldn't work.
The enter minecart function is actually empty. I'm checking in the FTP console.
Oh yeah, so we
But
got a desync.
main also isn't running.
We got a desync then. Spox, make sure to save all your stuff before closing them.
Can you keep enter minecart open?
Yeah, keep
for
enter
a second,
minecart open.
so I can copy it into the actual thing.
I already copied it. I'm just reopening it. Data packs. Spawner Minecarts. Data.
Any news from YouTube chat?
Right.
YouTube chat is still talking about cookies and lemonade. And beer. Alright.
So that function's right. It's just enter minecart. That's
I've now
Enter
pasted this in, so it should now be there.
Yep. It's there now.
Mine still says it has a file size of 0 from FileZilla.
Make sure to reload.
Oh no, it's got information in it though.
I think we have some other problem now because it's still not working. Oh, we have a module ID in the clock tick, but I guess that's just an error.
Yeah,
from before.
I think that's left over from something else.
Okay.
Because Spawner Minecarts is definitely down there. Is main running yet? Have we figured that part out?
Main is now running.
Main is okay.
Which is weird because I've just checked the whole execute detect thing and it's all fine.
Let me just replace this with say.
It does work, it's just the function that's not working.
Is it just enter minecart that's not doing anything?
For some reason.
Reloading? Yeah, so our first thing in main works.
Where did you
It's
put
not
time
recognized
to
as a
run?
valid function. It's not recognizing it as a valid function.
Oh.
Oh yeah, there are some errors. Line 3 expected curly bracket open at position 103. Position
Oh,
103?
that's why. That bit.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm decent from you guys, but yeah.
There it goes. It went in. We got an XP.
Finally! Oh, it gave XP?
Yeah,
Oh, 'cause
when
we-
the spawner
we
broke. We
destroy-
can instead of destroy, we can use.
I think
Set
it's
error.
fine if it gives XP.
Yeah, why not?
Because that's a
As
cool
long
thing.
as they can't eject it again.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
we'll have
can't.
to change that if they eject it, but as it is, I guess that's alright.
Alright, so finally we got this to work.
Woohoo!
Sheesh. We thought that'd be the easy part. Hi, Duck. How's it going? I mean,
Oh,
we
hey,
could
Duck.
make them spawn cookies if you wanted, but
Hey, Duck.
that's
Alright, so we got it in a spawner now.
We also need to give it scores before we kill the minecart.
doesn't have to be
Really?
before we kill the minecart.
It doesn't have to be forward.
Shh. For readability, it does.
No, it doesn't.
No,
Hush.
it doesn't. Spark still needs to get rid of his sense of time when it comes to function
Do
writing,
we-
because functions keep the executor entity even though you kill them.
Do we want to tag this spawner minecart at all? Is there any other way of getting them in game?
I
Oh,
think we
there's
should.
other modules.
I think
or
we should
other
tag
people.
them regardless, because it's easier to do a tag check than an MBT check. So adding a couple of tags doesn't hurt. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do we want... So the question is, do we want to start them off with a really high spawn energy, so they spawn mobs for a while when you convert them, or do we want to start them off at 0?
Let's tag them first with some informational tag before we decide on that. Let's give them tags. I would suggest giving them a GM4 spawner minecart tag
Uh-huh.
and a tag that defines the type it spawns.
Yeah, why not? Probably a good idea, otherwise we're going to have to interrogate the MBT each time. Although I don't know if we actually need to know what type it spawns.
Probably not.
Yeah, but maybe some module in the future might want to use that.
Okay, yeah, doesn't
Doesn't hurt
hurt.
adding a tag.
Okay,
Alright, there we go. Now we tagged it.
do we want to give it like a new spawner tag so we can easily target it and just remove the tag once
Yep.
we've given it its starting score?
Well, we don't have to. We can just do the starting scores in this function.
Just by executing off the minecart.
Well, we do have to somehow record if it's true, like it succeeded, because otherwise any minecart underneath that 3-block configuration is going to die, even if it doesn't get something inserted into it.
In case it's an invalid spawner that it can't use.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just do execute store success for that. And then we branch off into another function from this function if the success is 1.
We could still store success. We could also use tag that we give it and then remove it. I don't know which one's better.
Well, we need to give it scores anyway, so if we have a new minecart score tag, then we can just execute on all of the... Although that'll be for the new minecart rather than the minecart. It'll be for the spawner minecart rather than the minecart.
What I'm thinking is just to store success here and store the success of it in a scoreboard. And then we do like if success. There's just like an outline. mattress1 dot dot run function, and then we branch off into a different function that sets all the initial values
And kills it.
and kills it. Yeah, like finalize enter minecart or something.
Minecraft.
Something along these lines.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, let's do that, because we've got to set a score.
Oh, we also have to make them invulnerable. Don't forget about that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that leads an interesting question. Should there be a way to destroy these?
No.
Because in the old version, you
Yes.
just ejected them and then broke the spawners. But if we can't eject them,
Well, why would you want to destroy them? If you don't like them, just put them off into some distant desert. Like, just do the same thing mankind does with nuclear waste. Just put them off somewhere where we don't worry about it.
all right. Hi, Sneaking Spider. It's a
We
booth day. Apparently, it's a booth day, and I was not aware.
It's a what?
It's a booth day.
Oh, it is. Happy birthday, Doc.
How are you not in my
How are we
birthday
not
calendar
invited?
already?
Happy birthday, Duck.
How many waddles are you old now?
Sparks, we need a scoreboard here. Name ideas?
Just for storing the success.
We can use it for other stuff later. Like,
Yeah.
we can just
I
use
would
it for
call it
store
spawner
success
fuel.
points. Alright.
This week is full of birthdays. Sheesh.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I had like a family birthday yesterday,
Oh.
and now today's Duck's birthday. Like, I have like 2 friends that have a birthday like on Saturday.
I can explain to you why there are so many birthdays at the end of September and start of October, but it's not PG, so we'll do that after stream.
My birthday's on
You
the 20th.
just count forward 3 months and see what month it is. And that's
Yeah.
yeah. Don't think about it too much, but that's
Alright, so I got a scoreboard called GM4 Spawner Fuel.
Mm-hmm. Is
I
that
should
short
drop-
enough?
It's just short enough.
Good.
And then we can store this into GM4 Spawner underscore fuel, because those minecarts don't have a score yet in there. We can just use it to initialize it.
Yep.
So if the we start the success earlier. No, we didn't, damn it. Let me. There we go. No matches. Alright. This does the job. We now store the success of this first command, which is summoning the spawner minecart. In a scoreboard on the old minecart? Is that something we want
Is
to
this
do?
how you check the success?
No, it's you would have to do if score. This was just a draft.
Yeah,
If score.
thought so.
But we're storing the success score on the original minecart at the moment. Is that what we want to do?
I mean, yes, because otherwise... Oh, no, because it's only going to be executing on minecarts anyway. It doesn't matter because it's about to die, although I suppose it could be left over with a score of 0. A fuel score of 0.
If we kill it, then it disappears from the scoreboard. So it's
Yeah,
fine.
but if it fails, it'll just be left with a score of 0.
Then we can just do a reset on the score.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's left over with a score of 0, really.
No, as long as we check that we're only increasing the fuel score for spawner minecarts, not minecarts.
That's what we have the tag for.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, in which case, yeah. So it's if the score matches 1 or more, run function spawner minecarts. Finalize enter minecart. Do we have that function yet? Should I make it?
Nope. You should make it, because otherwise we might get desynced.
How did you spell finalize? With Z.
What was that?
Finalize enter minecart, yeah?
Yep. Special, are you still there?
I'm still here, yes. Duck is
There we go.
24. He's practically dead.
I can't believe he's only 24. He said this to me the other day and I didn't believe him. I thought he was joking. He's seriously 24. He has like a kid and a family and like a house and responsibilities. And I'm
Sparks, do I hear yourself questioning your life in your
I'm
words?
26. Well, I will be 26 on the 20th. And
play Minecraft for a living.
I'm single and unattached and I'm renting a place and I work on Minecraft. Or like work with Minecraft, and I feel like Duck has got his life too much in order to be 24. I'm not ready to.
He's actually 124, but he dropped the 1 because storage space.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday to everyone who has had their birthday in the last couple of weeks, because that's
A lot.
I think that's
people.
really likely.
Yeah, happy birthday. We care about you, insert name here. Yes. S equals.
There's also a lot of birthdays in about March. March to early April.
And August.
And August, yeah.
What is at S here? At S is
The minecart.
minecarts under a valid spawner that have spawned a spawner minecart. That sounds horrible. Minecarts under a valid spawner.
Where is Bugs? There you are.
What just happened?
I swapped it for
Oh,
consistency.
Okay.
Oh wait, never mind. I don't know what I'm doing. You don't need the namespace, only if it's a subdirectory.
Yeah. So we need to. The annoying thing is, can we execute this instead of? Can we execute this as the spawner minecart instead of the minecart? Because everything we need to do now is on that minecart, right? So would it make sense to do execute
Yeah, we can
as,
just change the executor.
like over here? Should we do
Yeah,
it before we call the
sounds
function?
about Right then, I think. Maybe. Yeah. Good.
Does that need to be in speech marks?
No. Not unless there's non-alphanumeric symbols. Characters, that's the word.
Is that good?
Oh no.
Does that look alright? Which makes
It should be a distance of 0.
Okay. At S equals
Someone to add its location.
new spawner minecarts. Okay.
We should also the kill we should put in this original function. So that way we don't have to try to get back to it, I think.
Yeah, the set block and the kill should both go under finalize.
Duck is accusing you of witchcraft, by the way, Sparks.
Me?
So, yeah.
Oh, this is Atom, which has a teletype, which lets us all type at once. See? Blue and special.
Yeah, it's
So-
neat.
These two. Oh no, well, not the say command, that can go, but the kill and the set block can go at the end of.
Do we want?
But
yeah,
we don't want to kill
sorry.
at S. We want to kill the minecart. We also want to give it a score. So scoreboard players set at S. GM4 spawner fuel, was it? Yeah, spawner fuel. Oh my god! And then, do we want to give it a high score? So that it continues to spawn for a while?
Yeah, I think so.
We have no, like, scale for this yet.
So we start there.
I
We
would
can
assume
change
that
it.
we want... I'm assuming that we want things to decrease by 1 per cycle of the clock, right? That makes sense.
Yes.
But it shouldn't go down if it's unloaded.
I couldn't go down if it's on.
No. It could be calculated to go down when it reloads, but probably shouldn't.
I mean, it's not spawning anything during that time.
No. Scoreboard players set at S. Gym for spawn fuel. I guess we'll just go with 9001 for now. That's how... Although, actually, we might want a lower number for testing as well, so we can actually check it stops.
Yeah. Yeah, so Duck, what we're doing is... So Adam, which is this text editor, has a FTP plugin. So we're using that to FTP the files on the server. Specifically, Sparks is doing this. And then Sparks Adam is broadcasting the files he has open to me and Blue. So we can edit them. And then we save the files and reload on the server. And magic happens.
And then,
Or
yeah,
t-
all we need to do
magic
is put it in game, we just type reload, and it does it. Can somebody put a new spawner here? A new,
Oh no, where did Venus go?
Huh? A Venus?
Venus is still there.
Venus is a bit far out.
Oh! Did you do your math right?
I'm just inserting random numbers. Trying to figure out a valid orbit.
It's distance from center, sine of the angle it goes in 1 tick for the x,
Right.
and then
We broke it.
distance from center minus distance from center times cosine of the angle it goes in 1 tick.
Do we have errors in the build? In the,
We do. No, we don't.
We don't.
Or I don't think we do. Nope, we don't.
Nope, no errors. Trying so hard.
So that one's running, but it's not running finalize.
Door success.
It's a valid function.
There we go.
There we go, what? Did you find the problem?
No, I'm working on the solar system.
Wow, okay.
I'm working on the solar system. It's quite the phrase. Do we have a save command and finalize
Alright,
enter?
I'm back to Spawner Minecarts now.
Either the function's not being run...
Oh, we haven't added the objective yet.
Oh.
Probably.
I think I did.
What's it called? Spawner fuel? If you added it to the
Yeah, it already
you added it to the init, it didn't add it to the server.
It's listed on the server. It's now set to the sidebar, but there's no...
It's
Oh, I also
I don't-
called its display name 1.
oh, it's display names one. Okay, that's why I didn't see it in objective list.
There we go.
Why?
That was me mistyping a command. Hey, sneaking spider.
Hello, tank 49. Tank 49.
Doug asks, his fingers smell like onion. Can you guess what he ate for dinner?
Cheese and
I'm
onion
guessing
crisps.
onions.
Cheese and onion crisps.
Duck, this is 113.1.
I don't know what's wrong anymore. It's not getting a score. Do we have to set its score to 0 before we can do the whole store success thing? Like you did with stats?
Shouldn't have to.
No, we don't.
Because the enter minecart function is running, but it doesn't seem to be
Maybe I
setting...
misspelled it somewhere.
Spawner fuel...
Do we have a tag NBT error?
Store success score.
That is valid. Store success score at objective.
We stored it on the original minecart though,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Is the as at the typical spawner minecart not working?
Distance equals 0. That might not work, Sparks.
I set it to 1, don't
No.
blame me.
No, because it summons the minecart at itself at the same
But
location.
it's
It's not even summoning the minecart.
It's not summoning the minecart, you're right, so this top line, the execute store, is causing a problem somehow.
We can set it to 1 for now just in case, but it should be at its identical location.
Yeah, it's not... but yeah, the execute store isn't working.
Can we do telraw here? Let me just put in telraw. By the way, minecraftjson.com.
Oh, it's... Oh, right, okay, yeah.
is the
Oh, no, it's
best place.
entity at S, not just at S.
Where?
Here.
If score? No, a score should...
If I
thought
type
it
it into
was-
the normal chat, after success, it
If-
prompts me to put entity. And then at S.
But that's storing it into its data. So, execute store success, and there should be block boss bar entity and score. We're storing
Oh.
it into the score. The entity is its data.
Right, okay.
And then there's the selector. And then there's the objective. And then there's the next section of the command.
I'm
Yeah.
pulling up telraw here. So this should tell us the score it has at this point.
But it's already on the sidebar.
Yeah, it is in fact on the sidebar. Have we misspelt something?
No telraw happening at all, so I guess it has no score.
You need to execute the thing. Oh, damn, you don't. It's fine. Don't mind me being stupid. Are we desynced again?
Enter minecart is still not a function.
Couldn't load function at enter minecart. Whilst passing command on line 3. Position 35. Entity.
Oh, because you still have score entity. Reload?
Yeah,
Loading.
it's just
Now
Okay,
printing.
it's now a valid thing. Does execute all 3 commands.
Huh.
Huh. So it's just not storing the success. Surely it should store at least 0.
Isn't it? Because it printed out a 1 there.
What's saying 1? Tara, everyone.
Well, the summon command is failing. Well, the summon command isn't even happening. But it was working earlier, before we moved everything to a new function and was storing the stat.
Did we misspell the function? I bet that's it.
But then you'd still expect it to have a score of 1. The execute store is causing the problem.
Wait, why is
It's
it not get? It's not getting a 1. It's
But
not
it
printing
printed
1.
out a 1.
It's not anymore though.
We didn't reload between those, though.
My brother didn't realize my window was open and sprayed my room with the hose. Ooh.
Maybe our MBT contains data that's only on the spawner periodically. So we only get a 1. But that's not true. If block spawner is only setting MBT.
Yeah, you don't have to have an initializer score. Just tested it.
I summon Mizode.
I summoned Mistode. Quick, get the candles in the truck.
See, if I just run that command, this command here, then it gave it a score of 1. Oh wait, no, it gave me a score of 0.
Yeah, that's because you are the
not
executor.
you're not below a spawner with that data. What?
Is our spawner is our spawner weird?
So the spawner gets a score of 0 when I run this.
Spawn data.
It does have the correct data.
But it's getting a success of 0.
Meaning it's not summoning the thing.
It means it's not saying hi. Because the run is it's trying to say hi and it isn't, so
How come that this Telra doesn't even say 0 instead it just says blank? Because it should get a 0 if this command fails, right? Special?
It should.
So if it tells a blank, then it didn't get a 1 or a 0. You can't have to say hi. So that's Mizode. Oh. No, we can't.
If
What do you mean?
this command runs correctly, it says hi.
Alright.
So that's
You
just
add
me
the store
checking
success
that.
score yourself.
Execute store success score S2 spawner fuel. That gives me a score of 1 because I successfully say hi because I am finding that spawner at that location. So what happens if we just get rid of the if block and just if we get rid of the if block to check that the block above is a skeleton spawner and just run the summon? Because maybe the block is not above it or something? So I'm just going to do this. And
Oh, check this out. I don't get a 0 if the command fails.
oh no.
If you do this.
What? So now I'm not even checking the block.
We want to know if it actually found the
There will be
Yeah.
multiple spawner types here, and we got to check which one found and then branch off. Hmm. Huh. This
No, if the
really-
command fails, you get a 0. I just got a 0 for a command that fails. If you have a parsing error, it doesn't fail. It just doesn't run.
But I don't have a parsing error in here.
The summon command works. The summon command works.
Oh, I know what it is.
What?
If the command fails inside the execute chain, then you do not get a 0. You only get a 0 if your final run command fails.
Oh.
But
And our spawner check is inside
Okay.
the execute chain.
The stored result or score is only on the whatever's after run.
that bit you just highlighted, though, I deleted that. And it still didn't work. The if block spawner. I got rid of all that, so it was just execute store success on the run summon command.
Yeah, then you always get 1.
But no, I wasn't getting 1, I was still getting blank.
Let's try swimming.
Huh.
Uh,
Okay, we don't have a desync.
Because that's an awful lot of functions, so that's why.
What's that? Why don't you call the
You
function the
suggested
same
one
command?
function for every spawner type. The soul probes, if we made these compatible with soul probes, there would be... Where's the spawn egg menu? At least 40 functions with basically the same.
So this still isn't summoning the minecart. Now that we just have execute if block. Oh, you put store success afterwards.
yeah, so now it should check, special did that, now it should check the block first. And only if it finds the block, try to sum the thing.
But it's still not
uses
working.
that? Then we always get a 1 special, right?
We're not getting anything. There's no score. Because it's printing blank.
It's 11. I think this is a bit of a weird bug to get stuck on while streaming. Maybe we should stop
Yeah.
and try and fix it off camera and continue working on this with more functionality next week.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
It's been 2 hours. We're kind of stuck on a
Yeah.
stupid thing, which is probably just a silly little thing. But yeah, we should come back when people can actually see us implementing new functions rather than just getting confused.
Yeah, we will be back once
I'll be
we
back.
figure stuff out.
Utter confusion is part of programming, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But thank you for your feedback and suggestions, and on this, I feel like at least we have a bit of a direction with like the reason why this is going to work the way it works, and people seem happy that it's an okay system for people who aren't trying to like hyper farm, where you can still use them as normal spawners as long as you're not using them constantly. So yeah, thanks for the feedback and input. It's been appreciated.
Alright, thank you guys for watching. Sorry for a bit of slow stream this week. Sometimes you gotta do stuff like this.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see you again next time.
Yep. See you guys. Thanks for stopping by.
We sound really depressed, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, just a little
I'm
bit.
exhausted.
It's just, it's such a simple thing. It shouldn't be hard and a problem, but it is.
Oh well.
All right. Bye, guys.
See ya. Alright.